Here's another informational video from your friends at Texas Defensive Driving School.
Good news, guys. We're coming down the home stretch on this thing. Just a few more things to talk about, and we're going to start with some of the special conditions, Gary, that you face every time you get on the highway. This would include things such as the lighting condition, the weather condition, the road condition, and the amount of traffic that you have on the highway.
Randy, you know, those are things we cannot control. The things we can control are ourselves and our vehicle.
The first condition to consider is light. Light and visibility are big factors when it comes to safe driving. Driving in town and driving in the country both have their advantages and disadvantages. It is important that drivers are aware of how their visibility can be affected in the various driving situations. Here are some important practices to keep in mind. Use a sun visor when needed. A driver heading west on a street when the sun is setting is confronted with a situation where the sun might make it almost impossible to see the road ahead. Thus, it is vital for the driver's safety and the safety of others that the drivers use their sun visors when needed.
Keep windshields and glass surfaces clean on the inside and outside. It is important that the windshield be kept as clean as possible. Dirty windshields reflect the light and cause glare, which adversely affects the driver's ability to see through the glass.
Do not be distracted by city lights. Distracting light all up and down city streets compete for the driver's attention. It is important that drivers do not get distracted by brilliant light displays that serve as advertising or business signage.
Make sure headlights are adjusted correctly. In rural areas, drivers usually do not have street lights. As a result, it is vital that drivers make sure their headlights are properly adjusted. Headlights that are not adjusted correctly can blind other drivers.
And use high beams and low beams correctly. It is important that drivers use low light beams when approaching other vehicles, whether the other vehicle is approaching from ahead or being approached from behind. By law, a driver must dim his or her headlights to oncoming traffic at 500 feet. When approaching vehicles from the rear, a driver must dim his or her lights at 300 feet.
Drivers need to be knowledgeable of the two lighting environments that will be encountered when driving and how to cope with each. The first one is natural light. At sundown and sunrise, use sun visors. Use sunglasses for glares or unusually brilliant sunlight. And the second one is artificial light. Maintain focus on signal lights and make sure headlights are correctly adjusted.
For the best online defensive driving course for ticket dismissal or insurance discount, visit texdds.com.